A lot of traveling. I was in AAA with the Red Sox, and we were playing in Rochester, New York. So we were on a bus ride when I found out the news that I'd been traded. And then it was, mayhem from there. Started packing like crazy, and then, obviously making the trip out here from the Boston area. A little traffic, but it's been great. I mean, I'm super excited to be here. So
they had to pack up your place in Worcester.
Yeah.
And how'd you get here?
Well, I flew out.
Okay.
Yeah. I drove a traffic hit in the morning, headed into Boston. So it was close to a 2-hour drive for me, and I'm going 30, 40 miles or
twice as long as it should be.
Yeah, way too long. But yeah, got here and everything's been running smoothly. So I'm excited to be here.
What's it mean to you to jump into this situation with this team?
Oh, this is incredible. This is, feels like what I was meant for. I love this kind of baseball. I've always thought of myself as a playoff baseball player. Guy that can bunt guys over, hit and run, and put a good at bat. So the fact that this organization saw something to me playing in AAA, so it gives me confidence, and I'm going to do everything in my power to play at the best of my ability to help this club, this final push.
What have you been told? Have you been told anything about your role, and what did they say when you
Yeah, for the most part is, coming off the bench, which is perfectly fine with me. I have a little speed, so if they need, some base stealers or anything for pinch running or defensive replacement or a pinch hit off a righty pitcher, I'm ready for it all. It's just a very cool spot to be in, and I'm very excited to put on these colors.
You still live in Miami in the off season?
I do, yes.
You're a little older than Vientos, a little younger than Martinez. Do you know any of
I'm
those
in the
guys?
middle.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. If I'm in the minor leagues, I'm old. If I'm in the big leagues, I'm normal. Miami, as I love to explain it, it's such a small bubble, small circle of every baseball player knows each other. JD, we've ran into each other a fair share of times, and then obviously Vientos, Quintana, everyone that's down in Miami, we all run into each other. So it's cool being in this game for a long time. This is my 10th year. You run into familiar faces, so even though it's a new team, it still feels like a bunch of guys that I've played with before, and it's just fun to be placed in a situation where there's a lot of energy and a lot of excitement and just a lot of fun.
How often do people bring up to you your place in Olympic history?
My place in Olympic history? Too much, but it's one of those stories I know is very unique, and I love to share it. I know the Olympic experience for me was something special, and not many can have been able to experience that. So the fact that I'm able to share that with other players that probably won't ever have that opportunity to experience, it's good. It's fun for me.
Is there any part of maybe your Olympic experience or Olympic journey that you think can help in a playoff run? Maybe mentality or something like that?
Oh, when it's cutthroat. Olympics is cutthroat. It's you train for this one moment every 4 years, which is crazy to think about. This is very similar. This is something that I feel prepared to take on and take on this role. That journey has elevated my baseball career. And to be honest, if it wasn't for my skating journey, I probably would have never gotten this far.
Why is that?
Well, because these athletes that you dedicate your entire life, your entire day-to-day, your social life, everything for this one opportunity, and some don't ever get that opportunity. So the fact that you have to lock it in for this one weekend to be able to go and represent the country, to then potentially win a medal, you do get put into these high-intensity situations, high leverage situations. So being able to transition that over to the baseball has really propelled me and gaining ground and all the time that I've lost.
Like in a mindset way.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. Mindset is incredible. I mean, Olympic athletes deal with so much behind closed doors. Just because every 4 years you get that platform. You're on top of the world. You're in front of all the attention, all the cameras, all the sponsorships, and then once that closing ceremony comes around, it's all kind of gets pulled from under you, and you go back into that closed door and back to training for another 4 years until that moment again.
You might be the most accomplished athlete in the room.
Well, I don't know about that. But I might make a little run for best spandex wearing athlete in the room. Maybe. I don't know. Pete Alonso might have me on that one too. We'll talk. I'll talk to him about it.
In terms of the baseball, just what's your season been like? What do you think have been your strengths this season?
Yeah, it's been a challenging season mentally. Being 34 and grinding the minor leagues with a wife at home and 2 kids, it has been a challenging year for me. But I've just, my wife reminds me every day to take the moments as they come, and it's been great. I've seen a lot more power production from my swing this year, a lot more RBIs, a lot more damage overall. I can tell you that I probably haven't had the luck that I've had in the past, but it just feels like a different me out there right now, and I'm just glad that the Mets gave me that opportunity to show it.
Why more power, more damage?
I wish I could tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know the secret, please let me know.
Absolutely not.
I think not as much. The last 3 years have been a relatively similar swing. I would say it's just a level of comfort, being in the game longer, and just finding the barrel a lot more. Let's get thrown into the fire. Let's see what happens.